Hello, everybody. Hey, welcome. I'm so glad that you're watching today. I wasn't able to get on yesterday for our 90 days to glow up and thrive in 2025 because I couldn't get on the internet for whatever reason. I don't know. So we're going to condense this today. And again, thank you so much for watching and joining in. How are you guys doing on your glow up and thrive in 2025? Are you doing some of the challenges? Are you being challenged? Are you growing? Are you being stretched a little bit? Well, that's what this is all going to be about. I would love to hear your comments below or read your comments below. So let me know what you're doing to stretch, to reach your goals, maybe some struggles that you've had, because we can all share together and help each other with this, because that's what this is going to be all about. I am so excited. We are on day 13 and 14. Yesterday would have been 13, and that was just to reflect on our self-reflection. I got my notes here, sorry. Self-reflection on our 90 days to glow up and thrive in 2025. So we're going to start talking about that. And I bet you're wondering, what the heck do I have on these colors and this lip color before for this? First of all, it's freezing. So I did put on a little scarf, but it just kind of helps everything else pull it together. And I'm not real dressed up today. Why I have this on is because today is 1 year ago today at 9:30 a.m. this morning. My mom left this earth to go to her forever address to be with Jesus. And so I'm just kind of honoring her today by wearing orange. That was her most favorite color. She loved orange, and she was just a bright, shining light in a lot of people's lives and in her family too. And if you ever knew her, or if you did know her, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So I'm just kind of doing this in honor of her today. And normally orange isn't my color. This is more of a, I don't know, pinkish orange. I don't know. I don't have orange. The lip color I'm wearing, by the way, is our tangerine lip liner. That's the limited edition that I put on, and then I put lip gloss over it to kind of make it more my color, because orange, I don't look as good as my mom did in orange. Let me show you. Do I have it out here? I was hoping I brought it to show, and I did not. I can post it later, but anyway, it is the tangerine limited edition lip color, and then I put on a lip gloss over it just to kind of make it more me. Okay. So anyway, that's why I'm dressed like this. So let's do a little bit of Saturday reflection. How are you doing on your goals? Are you struggling? Have you had some struggles? Have you had some little wins? Now just remember, little wins turn into big results. So you don't have to have a huge win to define your success, okay? It's the small wins that you are going to see that are going to accumulate into big dividends later on. So let me know in the comments what your wins are. I would love to read those. And if you're having, like I said, struggles, then put those in the comments too, because we can all be together here to help each other. And that's what this is going to be a lot about. So what are some of your victories? Maybe did you stick with a workout routine? Are you sticking with that? Maybe you're completing a challenging task. Maybe you've got that finally completed. Maybe you're mastering a new habit like meditation or journaling even. So if you are, congratulations. And if you're having some struggles, then let us know, and we'd be happy to help you with that. I would also like to share on that note a piece of encouragement, a little bit of motivational advice, which I think is appropriate for our Saturday reflection. And this is called water walking, okay? The disciples traveled quite a bit with Jesus by boat. They spent every day with him, but for some reason, on this occasion, they couldn't recognize Jesus walking toward them on the water. They weren't comforted or even amazed by a miracle unfolding before their very eyes. No, the scripture says that they were so terrified that they thought Jesus was a ghost. And you know what I think about that? I didn't even know that they knew what a ghost was back in the day. I don't know why I thought that, but I always thought, were there ghosts back then? How interesting that we can confuse what is actually help as something that appears to be harmful. When Jesus told them, "Be still, it is I, you have nothing to fear," his disciple Peter was the only one who was drawn toward the mystery. Peter said, "Lord, if it is really you, then command me to meet you on the water." I don't know. That'd have been a little scary if I was back then in the day and not knowing what the heck was going on. When Jesus says, "Indeed, come," Peter stepped out onto the water and began to walk toward Jesus. But then he realized how high the waves were. He became frightened and started to sink. I love that Peter was brave, that he asked to be part of an impossible miracle with Jesus. What trust. But Peter is no different than you and me. When we look at our circumstances, and here it is, aka the waves, our faith is punctured. It's not the waves that cause us to sink. It's putting our trust in our circumstances, not in Jesus. As Jesus says in verse 31, why did you doubt? So when circumstances come in your life, here's the question I have for you, okay? When circumstances come in your life, are you like the waves that intimidated Peter? How might Jesus be using these waves to show you how to walk on water? He's got you. He put it in your heart and on your mind to do this. So why are you afraid? Step out of the boat. Nothing's going to happen until you step out of the boat. You got to step out of the boat. You got to put one foot in front of the other. That is what I want to encourage you today to think about. Maybe you're struggling with your goals. Maybe you're struggling with your completing things or your new habit or whatever. You've got to start. You've got to start now. You've got to step out of the boat in order to achieve your successes. And they don't have to be huge. They can be small ones. Okay, Jesus has got you. He knows exactly what you're going through. He has you. So that's what I wanted to encourage you with yesterday, but I didn't get a chance to because we didn't have any internet, or we did, but it was just so slow. It just would not let me hop on. Okay, so now that we did today's, I want to share with you tomorrow, we did yesterday's. I apologize. We did yesterday's. Now we're going to do today's. And yesterday, of course, was Saturday self-reflection. And now we're on Sunday. Let me grab my notes and get a little sip of coffee here. So day 14 is going to be about personal and professional growth. Okay. So you know what your goal is. You know what you've decided to do. Hold on just a second. Now we're going to talk about your personal and professional growth. And hello, whoever is watching. So let me know in the comments how you're doing with that. So again, we talked about stepping outside of your comfort zone. We talked about getting out of the boat. You got to get out of the boat to be able to do this. You can't just think about it and sit there and expect something to happen, because that's not how it works. You have to make the first step, okay? Jesus can't cover you or bless you if you don't make an effort. You can't just sit there and wait for it to happen. So for example, one of the things is trying a new recipe. Now, I didn't do this, but my husband did it. And at first I thought, this sounds really gross. But you know what? It was amazing. He made some avocado bread. Now, it might not be what you think of as avocado bread. There was no flour involved, none of this. It only involved cheese and avocados. Yes. And put it in a griddle. Oh my gosh. And then you toasted it. And it turned out like bread. It was amazing. So what did I do with that? I'm thinking, he's eating his right down. He had a hot beef sandwich and he just ate it right down. I'm like, I don't know, but I'm going to give it a shot. Girls, I made an open face Reuben sandwich. Oh my gosh. An open face hot Reuben with sauerkraut, with the roast beef, didn't have corned beef, so I used roast beef, with the sauerkraut and sprinkled with a little bit more cheese. It melted in my mouth. I am absolutely so excited about that, and we're gonna make more. I'm just he shoots me these recipes, and he wants me to try this, and sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Well, I didn't have a chance. Well, he was hungry for avocado bread because it sounded so good, and to me, it really didn't. You just mix up some cheese, and you mix up blah blah blah, and you do all. Well, he made it. It was amazing. So step out of your comfort zone. Try a new recipe. I can't get credit for that. I have to give all the credit to him because it was amazing. It tasted absolutely wonderful. So you got to step out of your comfort zone. Maybe learn a new skill. Okay. I have a new skill that I'm working on. I can't tell you what that is right now, but I'm kind of excited. Well, yeah, I'll tell you right now. I am learning how to play the guitar. I've had a guitar for years. I used to play it a long time ago. Not good at it, but I've decided to become better at it, and we'll see how that goes. My side of the family was all musically inclined and could play the piano. My mom could read notes. She could sing. My dad could sing. It was amazing. All three of us girls, my sisters and I sang, and I could play the piano. I couldn't read note. Well, I could, but not fast. So I learned mostly, which I cheated, learned how to play by ear. My grandmother was my music teacher. I had to go down there every single Tuesday night and learn my lessons and practice. And so she was a very good teacher. She played amazing, amazing music. And she played in the church. She played the piano and the organ. And I do recall way back in the day, we were sitting there, and I remember the pastor's wife walked over to her and told her that she had to tone it down. Now listen, my grandma was like my mom, bubbly, la 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 la, all of that. So she was taking those old hymns that were kind of, solemn, and she pepped them up, and she had people clapping. And so the pastor's wife went down and told her she had to tone it down. Did she listen? Nope. Because who's going to play if she didn't? So now you know the rest of the story. So back to my notes. Let's see. So what are you doing today to explore and expand your horizons? And along those lines, I have another story. You have to ask. You have to be assertive. You have to not be afraid to do something if God has put it on your heart. For example, maybe starting a new business. I love my Mary Kay business. I love it. And I already have my sights set on my next achievements. I've got my goals. I've got my vision board, and I'm making a notebook, and we'll talk about that too, because I've got to complete that. I don't think that'll ever be completed because you can build on that. And also, again, I'm going to tell you, I can't tell you enough, even the small steps turn into significant accomplishments. Back to, we talked about my mom. My eye is watering today. I don't know what the deal is. My mom, she always set such great examples for us. I do remember years ago, and maybe some of you that are watching, if you grew up with me and I had you over to my house when we were kids, when we lived in Burlington at the farm, when we had the horses and all of that, or you were my neighbors or just knew us. My mom loved orange. She loved, her favorite color was what she called Gulf orange. Now, Gulf orange, you have to understand, was, you remember the old Gulf gas stations back in the day? They don't have them anymore. But the big orange circular globe that had Gulf written on it in dark blue, and she loved that orange. Well, she wanted to paint our front door that orange, that Gulf orange. And my dad he just rolled his eyes, he just whatever. And so anyway, we thought, well, she's not going to be able to get that color because that color is probably a patented color just for that gas station. Well, my little mom, she was only like 5'2", 5'2". She was tiny, but she had a big heart and she had big dreams. And she went to, I don't know what you call them back in the day, the manager or the owner of the golf store, and asked if she could get some of that Gulf orange paint. And we're just dying. We're thinking, I was looking at something up there, like, he's just going to tell her no, and it's just going to crush her. Well, guess what? I don't know what she said or how she did it, but she came out all smiles, and she had to go back later and pick up, that was like a quart or a pint, I don't know, of Gulf orange paint. And she, if you remember, anybody that knew me or grew up with me, if I invited you came over for horseback riding or whatever, you remember the bright orange front door? Yeah, that was it. She got her dream of having that Gulf orange front door in her favorite color. That is called determination. That is ask. You have to ask. How are you going to get anywhere if you don't ask, or if you don't have that determination? She got her Gulf orange door. She was very enthusiastic about, things that she had a desire for. And that's what taught us how, you can achieve this if you really want to, but you've got to go put the footwork to it. You've got to go out and ask. You've got to set that goal, and she was determined. Okay, so enough of that. I'm going to start rambling if I don't quit. So, have you tried something new? If you've tried something new, put that in the comments. I would like to hear about that. What was your experience about that? Did it surprise you? Were you surprised at your accomplishment? Let's see what else. We're just about done. Also, I want to throw out there, I always try to throw something out there that kind of ties in with what we've been doing. And this is what I want to share with you today. Now, got a piece of my hair. Okay, yeah, I'm working with it. It's growing out. It's curly. I have curly hair. Sometimes I'll straighten it. Sometimes I just kind of let it do. Today I washed it and I took the diffuser to it and just kind of let it be itself. Okay. Try new things. Don't be afraid to try new hairstyle, new lipstick color, clothing color in your color family. Now I can wear orange if it's like this, if it has a blue or a cool tone to it, undertone. Now let's talk about hair. Like I said, try new things. I don't know if you have tried, there's some great products that we can discuss that I love. And by putting my favorite curling cream with this serum together, emulsify that, put that in my hair. It's amazing. My hair isn't stiff. It has body. And I absolutely love it. So try new things. Like I said, the new lip color. And you know what? Let me just go get the lip liner and that lip gloss. I thought I brought it up, but apparently I didn't. I will be right back. Hang tight for just a second and let me run and get that. Okay, my apologies. So here is the Tangerine limited edition Mary Kay lip liner. And here, this one is the lip gloss, and this one is called Nude Blush. Okay, and let me just show you. This is waterproof, and this is the color. That's the lip liner. Now remember, these pencils also have a sharpener in the end, so you can sharpen the lip liner if you want to get the fine point. But for this case, I just lined my lips with it being fat just because I had to blend it. And here is the lip gloss that I put over it and almost made it the color of my scarf. But I'll put that next to it. Can you see that? And I mixed those together. And this is the result. Kind of like it. So let me know your thoughts. Let me know your comments about that. Okay, so try something new. Try something new. Don't be afraid. Let me know let me know in the comments. You can come back to this and comment. So let me know in the comments what you thought. Okay, now I want for today, I have another positive reading for you. And this is called Releasing Perfectionism. Maybe I've already read it, but it doesn't hurt to listen to it again. The Lord will perfect that which concerns me. Your mercy, O Lord, endures forever. Do not forsake the works of your hands. And that's in Psalm 138, verse 8. So it's easy for us to trust our own abilities and our accomplishments and our experiences as indications of our capabilities. The good news is that as a daughter created in the image of the Most High God, you are indeed full of infinite potential and possibility. But even as a carrier of God's divine DNA, we're still limited by the human body, mind, and perspective. God alone has the entire world in his hands. He has the only view that sees all things interwoven from beginning to the end. And the even greater news is that God is far better at working out all things for you than you are. So don't assume that you can't do something, or don't assume, just period. Just don't assume. Okay. Above the word perfect is used as an action word. Okay. So let's go back and say that. And the even greater news is that God is far better at working out all things for you than you are. Above the word perfect, when we had talked about that, releasing perfectionism, perfect is used as an action word. It means to refine, improve, and put on the finishing touches. Perfectionism, our wanting to control circumstances to create favorable outcomes, can be dangerous to our identity and our destiny. You see, your destiny isn't really yours. You're a critical part of God's bigger plan, but let's not forget that it's his plan. It's not yours, it's his plan. And we must learn to joyously and expectantly surrender to it. Know that he will perfect everything that concerns you. Perfecting is what God loves to do. So let God be the perfectionist, not you. And so here's a question for you. Have you been worried about have you been worried about how something is going to work out? I do that a lot. How does worry lead you to meddle and make things happen as opposed to trusting God to work things out? Let me just tell you, when I do that, when I meddle with what I think I should be doing, like I'm worried about this, I got to make this happen, I mess it up. If I just sit back, let God do it, and let him lead, and let him guide, and let him do it, it turns out way better than way better than what I can do. So with that, I believe, let me double check my notes, but I hope this was good for you. I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know in the comments. And if you are watching YouTube, then subscribe, follow, give me a thumbs up, and let me know what you thought about this so that you'll be notified when the next video released is. And we'll see you tomorrow, and you'll have to wait and see what tomorrow's is. It's going to be a lot of fun. And with that, I appreciate all of you. God bless you. And thank you for all of your sweet comments on my Facebook page when I announced my a year today since my mom went to heaven to be with Jesus. And anyway, I just appreciate all of you. And we'll see you next time. Bye.